We often talk about making China pay, boycotting Chinese products. But we all know how much the world relies on Chinese products and supply chains. It cannot be changed overnight. That is a fact. The self-reliance or Atmanirbharta cannot be achieved with a magic wand. It has to be built with a long-term plan, one industry at a time. So what is India's strategy? What are its plans for a future that's driven by electric vehicles and fueled by lithium? India has set its goals for itself and vis-a-vis the world. The world over, more than 2 million electric vehicles were sold in 2019. That number is only going to go up. India wants to make that transition too. One, because that is the future, and two, because we need cleaner air in India. The government has been at it. In 2019, India announced a tax cut to encourage people to buy electric vehicles or EVs. The result was this: sales grew by 20% in 1 year. The total number of EVs sold in 2019 was 1.56 lakh. Of these, 1.52 lakh were two-wheelers, 3,400 were electric cars, and there were 600 electric buses that were sold in India. Of course, India has a long way to go. 2021 is expected to be a defining moment for electric vehicles or EVs in India. Most major automobile players are launching electric vehicle models this year. Experts say the biggest market is still for two-wheelers. India aims to increase the number of EVs by 30% by the end of this decade. So there's a plan in place. There is demand, but there's also a problem. There's no lithium in India. The element is not usually found in this part of the world. So while India manufactures most of the components of an EV at home, it relies on others, countries like China, Taiwan and Japan, for lithium-ion batteries. And this import adds to the cost of an EV and stands in the way of India's goal number 2, which is to become a global hub for making EVs. Currently, China holds that spot. It's at number 1. It's the world's largest electric vehicle maker. But countries are now distancing themselves from China. For India, it's an opportunity both to expand its manufacturing sector and to become Atmanirbhar or self-reliant. The task before India is fourfold. First of all, to access lithium outside China. Second, to process lithium, make lithium-ion batteries at home. Third, to find alternatives to this technology because lithium, frankly, is also limited. Those reserves are limited. And fourth, to become the world's top manufacturer of EVs. The government has already announced a $1.4 billion plan to pave the path for this. This was in 2019 and a lot has happened since. Number 1, India is setting up its first lithium refinery in Gujarat. Number 2, a joint venture called Khanij Bidesh India Limited has been formed between 3 state-run companies. Its objective is to acquire lithium and cobalt mines overseas. Number 3, India has inked a pact with an Argentinian firm for lithium. So India is already looking beyond China. Number 4, according to reports, India's second biggest traditional battery maker, Amara Raja, is looking to build a lithium-ion assembly plant. Number 5, Suzuki Motor Corporation along with Toshiba and Denso are setting up a lithium-ion battery manufacturing plant in India. So to come back to the question of India's strategy, I would say India has set a goal. It knows its challenges and has accordingly come up with a long-term plan, one that goes beyond EVs and lithium to incorporate alternative fuel, infrastructure for consumers at home, and also the plan of becoming the world's top EV manufacturer. India's Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari summed it up at WION's e-mobility summit in 2019. Listen to what he said.
Electric is the future. It is import substitute, cost effective, pollution free and indigenous. Cost is very high. But I will give the example of mobile phone. At the time when mobile phones start, the cost was very high. But after that, day by day, within 3 to 4 years, the cost is reduced because of number of number is increased. So when the number will be increased, I feel that cost will be decreased. So in the Indian scenario, there is a huge potential. People are working hard. All people are making research, study, registering patents regarding the new technology. And it is the future.
EVs will hit 10% of the global passenger vehicle sales by 2025. It is indeed the future, meaning 10% of the vehicles sold the world over will be electric by 2025. By 2040, almost 60% of the vehicles sold globally will be electric. India is plugging into the future with a strategy to become the world's top EV manufacturer. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.